It has been a very busy week for news in our community. I feel like I've been running all over the area. I was in Manassas on Monday for the meeting of the City Council, in Stafford County for the meeting of the Board of Supervisors during the day, and then up to the Prince William County Kelly Leadership Center for the joint meeting of the Prince William County Board of Supervisors and the school board, and then back in Manassas yesterday at Centrifuge because we wanted just had a lot of business to get done over there. So we've been working very hard for you here at Potomac Local amidst a lot of my family here. So some members have been sick, some of our reporters are sick, and so we're powering through. We're covering the news, but I'm still okay. But as Christmas rolls around, as holidays get closer, if we start posting nothing but holiday recipes on our website, you'll know why. I'm kind of under the weather. That probably won't happen, but just in case it does, it would be my turn to get sick. Let's hope that doesn't happen. On the news front, we want to talk about what is on the website this week, in case you haven't already found it. This morning, we have a story from Manassas. The city is buying more capacity at a water treatment plant. The city's population is growing, and so they need more space to treat more sewage at the water treatment plant. There's also coupled in that story are water improvements that will need to be made in the city ahead of the upcoming $3 billion Micron expansion. So you can read about what those improvements are and more about the city's need for more water sewage treatment. In Stafford, you probably read about that landmark deal. It was called a catalyst deal to land an e-commerce warehouse right down at Central Port Parkway at the county's airport. We don't know who is going to go into that warehouse. We do know that it is, when it's built, should it be built, it will be big enough for two companies, at least two companies, to get in there to do their business. And it was given a tax break, a 30-year tax break from the merchant's capital tax. Something that County Economic Development Director John Holden says the County Board of Supervisors was already looking to reduce in order to attract new business like this. So it's a first for the county, and that's on our website. You can read more about that. Coming up, we're working on a story about Stafford County's inventory of roads, right? All year, they've been working on ranking and prioritizing which roads in the county are the worst when it comes to traffic crashes and congestion and maneuverability, those types of factors. There is a lengthy report ready for public review. They talked about it on Tuesday. We'll have a story about that because what's coming, folks, is road bond. They're going to talk about spending more money to improve roads. And if you've been in Stafford County and you know the roads, many of them, once you get outside that 610 corridor, that Route 17 corridor, that Route 1 corridor, there's three major corridors in Stafford County, Route 1 running north and south, 610 and 17 running east and west. Once you get outside of those corridors, the roads are two lane. They're winding. They're dangerous. They're very little, if any, shoulders on those roads. So if you drive off the road, you're in a ditch. So it's not much different than the way things used to look, I'm sure, back in the 1930s. And I would know, I wasn't around back then, but we can only assume because those roads have not been upgraded since. So that's why they did the study. So expect road bond is coming. And we'll be reporting on that. In Dumfries, you may have read in local media that they have approved a new logo, right? And it doesn't look bad. I think the logo looks good. There are questions, though, about where it came from, who made the logo, and how much was charged for this new logo, who approved the logo. A lot of these questions don't have answers, and we've been working this week to try to get those answers for you. We understand that there will be a question and answer session at the December 4th meeting of the Dumfries Town Council. We don't know if that is going to be held publicly or in closed session. I wouldn't know why they would hold that in closed session since the logo is already produced. We've seen it. We'd like to get those answers, and of course, when we do, we will put those answers into a story and tell you more about who made the new logo and how much it cost and where it's going to be used, and things of that nature. We're also working on a story in Prince William County. The Board of Supervisors there changed the rules. They've tied the compensation for the Parks and Recreation Commissioners, right? This 8-member body meets on a monthly basis to discuss all things parks and recreation in Prince William County, and they get $400 per meeting. And some of the commissioners, according to attendance records that Potomac Local reviewed, were collecting checks but not going to the meeting. So we are working on to find out why that happened, but we'll also have information about the change and the county's call for more oversight on not only the Parks and Recreation Commission board, but other boards. There are 77 boards in the county, and they're calling for more oversight over that. And finally, I mentioned earlier in the video, there was a joint meeting with the Board of Supervisors and the school board. We're talking trailers, folks. We're talking about getting kids out of trailers. And that, according to county officials, will cost $143 million, and that's above what's already been budgeted in the county's 5-year plan. So that's $143 million more to get students out of trailers into newly constructed classrooms inside of brick and mortar buildings. There, as you might imagine, there are officials who think that's too much money, and of course there are those who say that no dollar is too much for getting students out of trailers and into secure and safe school buildings. So all of that, we are working for you. Of course, you can talk to us at any time. Please send us an email at news@potomaclocal.com. You can get us on Facebook. You can also get us on Twitter at Potomac Local. Am I leaving anything out? We also have a Facebook group, and we've had it for about a year now, since December of last year. So about a year, and I really don't know what to do with it yet, right? It's great that we have members of the Facebook group, and we invite you to join the Facebook group. And I think it's a great tool for Potomac Local to ask for assistance in our reporting, or if anyone's knowledgeable on a particular subject matter. I think that's great. So we will try to use it for that as we build a community of fans and readers at Potomac Local. We're always great to have that and to interact with them and interact with you, right, as we work to produce great journalism for our community. That's it for now, folks. Have a great rest of your Thursday, and we'll talk soon.